20th, WWE RAW, third week on Netflix, and for a show that I think teased a few things, and I think you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about KO and I'm talking about Sammy, but also future matches have been set up from this week's Raw. Obviously, not long now to the Royal Rumble, so things are really starting to speed up. Let's jump in and talk. The opening shot is where you always see the wrestlers walking in with their luggage, and they try and give it the NFL and the NBA feel. And inside that segment, Nia Jax attacks Rhea Ripley, literally as she's walking into the stadium, or the arena as you might want to call it. Bit of a weird one. She's more angry with Rhea Ripley over Tiffany Stratton, so I'm not sure where they're going with it. It is a bit weird. You also, by the way, have Wade Barrett on commentary for this week's show. Pat was at the college championship final between Ohio State and Notre Dame, which Ohio State won, which I'm currently wearing a Michigan shirt, so that's not great. Then you get Jey Uso make his entrance. Gunter comes out. They have a bit of a back and forth verbal joust. And then it turns into a bit of a brawl. Just a bit of a brawl. I think WWE, they do the highlights, and they were like, Jey Uso yeeted Gunter from the ring, which is which is a bit weird. These people are in their 30s saying yeet. I'm in my 20s and I don't want to say the word yeet. So there you go. Yeah, anyway, regardless, they're basically just setting it up, aren't they? And then you have the New Day backstage. You run into JBL. And they say, look, you understand what we're going through. You dumped your tag team partner, and then you went on to have your best ever career success. And JBL just, cooks them. Just absolutely cooks them. JBL is honestly one of my favourites because no nonsense. The fact that he was at TNA at the weekend, clothesline from Hell and Frankie Kazarian, and he's on Monday Night Raw. The guy's everywhere, and I'm here for it. Then the next matchup is ironically Kofi Kingston versus Rey Mysterio. Obviously, JBL was on commentary for this one, which JBL on commentary, if you remember, was just genuinely unreal. Just unreal. I love JBL on commentary. I thought he was brilliant. The match obviously had shenanigans, as you can expect, with Xavier Woods, tripping up Rey, getting off, obviously, and then Rey getting really a quick win towards the end of the match with obviously Xavier Woods' interference. Then after the match, New Day beats up Rey, beats up LWO, obviously leads to a bit more of a bigger feud. So there is that. It was a good match though overall. And yeah, I didn't hate it. There was more backstage segments with Dominic Mysterio and Chad Gable. There was the Creed brothers saying stuff, all that stuff. But then we have Sami Zayn in the ring, and he said, I've entered the Royal Rumble, all right? And what I found was, this is where I am super, super interested by this, because Kevin Owens then comes out with the Winged Eagle, which is still a beautiful championship. And he says, I believe in you. I think you can win this. And I think what's amazing is we main evented WrestleMania in that tag team match, but we never main event WrestleMania one-on-one. And a lot of times with these segments, it's to tease and see crowd reactions. It's what they do a lot on house shows, is they have a weird match that no one expects. Like, why is that guy fighting that guy? And just see how their chemistry is, see how the fans react to them. And in turn, a lot of the times it then gets onto TV. This is something, obviously, you might set something up in the future, see what it looks like, see what it feels like. Obviously, their match would be incredible because these guys have fought each other for decades. But it's obviously to tease what the situation is, obviously, because you've got KO's holding that title. KO's in theory not the champion. It's Cody. So, but it was manipulation. He said, you might help Roman, and Roman did a lot of bad stuff to you. I did a lot of bad stuff to you, and I know you'd help me. It's like Sami Zayn just loves getting manipulated. It's just mental. But anyway, regardless, then they have a bit of a chat with Sheamus backstage. Braun Breaker rocks up. A little bit of a back and forth. Mental, obviously, having a match at Saturday Night main event. Then you have Bayley versus Nia Jax, which is basically just a SmackDown match, but now it's on Raw. I believe they both have been moved to Raw now. It's what you'd expect. Nia Jax wins. You know, don't get wrong. Bayley hits a sunset flip power bomb, which was pretty epic. Off the top rope with the elbow drop. Nia then moves into a Samoan drop and a senton, dragging into the corner. Boom. Banzai drop. Done. Then Rhea comes out. All hell breaks loose. And they book a match for Saturday Night main event. It's a weird rivalry in theory. Obviously, Rhea's going to win this match, which I don't think makes... I don't get it. I don't get it because Nia was just a champion. She had a decent reign. Nothing's going on there with Tiffany unless something happens. Maybe, I don't know. But I expect, to be honest, Tiffy and Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. I don't know why Nia's not, in that world, angry at Tiffy. It feels like the feud that could have been there has just been dropped automatically. And then you're going to have her lose on Raw to the champion on Raw. It doesn't help anything or anyone, And then you had Chad Gable, Dominic Mysterio, like I said, having a chat in the club, in the Judgment Day clubhouse, as they say. He hands him a piece of paper and says, "I know a guy that can help you when it comes to these lucha libres." I don't know what that is, but we'll see. And then you have, obviously, there's more backstage segments. I'm not too bothered. There's been so many so far. You then have Penta versus Pete Dunne. Go and watch this match. Absolute banger. Like, we haven't really seen much of Pete Dunne. Penta makes Pete Dunne look actually really good in this match, by the way. Loads of great moves. Loads of great close calls. But Sierra Miedo wins this match. And honestly, they have pushed this guy in the way that AEW couldn't and didn't properly. I'm not saying he's going to be world champion in the next few months. Not at all. I think he'll get a mid-card title. I do. Hell, could he be the one that beats Bron Breakker if Sheamus doesn't? I don't hate that idea. Now, we'll wait for Rey Fenix in probably about a year's time to be here. And that's if you don't know who Rey Fenix is, go and have a look. You'll understand why. But for the time being, you could easily make Penta a massive feature, bring him in, so forth, Then you had CM Punk in what I'd assume is a box, just calling out everyone. I can see John Cena. If Hulk Hogan's in there, I'll throw him at the top of the rope. Roman Reigns needed my help. I can't lie. I like CM Punk. I really hope he doesn't win the Royal Rumble. By the way, I hope you get Rollins eliminating him. That's what I want. Then you had Damage Control of Dakota Kai and Io Sky facing off with Pure Fusion Collective of Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Can I just say, Pure Fusion Collective is a crap name. It really is. I don't like it at all. Good match. Obviously, these two teams have fought each other so much probably over the last sort of 6 months to a year. It's what you would expect, Io Sky is one of my favourites, but this match just didn't really do anything for me. The fans weren't mental for it either. And then you had Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, with Seth Rollins winning, which was interesting for me. These guys obviously have a great chemistry. Obviously, the WrestleMania match, they really made McIntyre look so strong for just whooping Seth due to his meniscus tear. This match was actually a lot closer, a lot better. Seth wins by a pinfall with a jackknife pin. Obviously, after the match, McIntyre attacks Rollins. Sami Zayn comes down. He attacks Sami Zayn. He's got Rollins in the corner, right? He's got Rollins in the corner. Sami rolls into the ring. Other corner, runs it for the haluva kick, misses and catches Rollins. Where does that leave us? Where does that go? That's what I mean. There wasn't tons happening on the show, but for me, I thought this show just tested the waters with certain things. Sami and Rollins. I mean, I had a match a couple of weeks ago, but it was a different dynamic. What happens there? Drew, I'm surprised lost, if I'm honest. That's Drew losing against Punk and Rollins. Didn't like that person. I know he beat Jay, but I didn't really like that. Obviously, Sheamus Bron Breakker, that's just Saturday Night main event. Rhea, Nia, that's going to Saturday Night main event. Penta versus Pete Dunne was a banger. match of the night for me by an absolute country mile. But also, teasing Punk, continuously calling out John Cena. Okay, if maybe Rollins doesn't eliminate Punk, let Cena eliminate him. Super Cena, that sort of 07, 08, 09 Cena, let him just go in there and just annihilate him, eliminate him. Love that. They've done Punk really good so far, and they've given him a lot in terms of positive booking. They could do with him losing a feud or giving him someone that, like Cena, Mr. WWE against Mr. Anti-WWE for such a long time. Give me Cena. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care. Peace.